With everything that's going on in the world today, having good credit is no longer a luxury. It's a necessity. Without it, you can't rent a car, lease an apartment, or even get approved for a cell phone plan. So services like PerPay are extremely valuable. About 3 years ago, I made the most watched review video about PerPay, a platform that allows you to build credit while shopping. And to this day, I get dozens of questions about how it really works. And although I did my best to respond to most of your questions in the comment section, I really hate leaving questions unanswered. So I went out my way and I reached out to PerPay seeking clarity, and to my delight, they took a meeting with your boy and we were able to get down to the bottom of the most frequently asked questions. So if you want to learn more about one of the most unique ways to build credit, please don't go anywhere, because in this video, I'm gonna dive deeper than I ever have before. And for the ones who saw my last video, did you know that PerPay dropped a new credit card that doesn't work like any other credit card that we've seen? But as always, trust, I will be breaking down how that works and what else has changed in the last few years, but more importantly, whether or not it's actually worth using as a tool to build credit in 2026 and beyond. Plus, if you stick with me to the end, I will be covering the questions and feedback that came directly from you, the viewer. So to start, what is PerPay? Simply put, it's a service that allows you to build credit using your paycheck to make payments on goods purchased on their online marketplace. Yes, you heard me correctly. And I know what you may be thinking. Number one, well, Kelvin, what goods are we talking here? I'll show you in a minute, but before we go any further, I think it's important that we talk about something that should quiet a lot of the critics who either said PerPay is a ripoff without trying it or that it wouldn't last. PerPay just became the only, and I do mean the only, credit building company in the entire US to be certified as a B Corporation. That's not a marketing badge. It means an independent organization actually verified that PerPay meets higher standards for transparency, ethics, and positive impact. In other words, they're being held accountable to prove they're helping people build credit the right way, not just saying it. So if you were one of those folks in my comments wondering if PerPay was really legit, this certification is a big deal and it's rare, especially in the credit space. It shows that they're here for long-term financial health, not quick profits. And now that we've addressed the elephant in the room, here's how the payment system works. Step 1. Create your account. The application itself only takes like 30 seconds because all you're doing is essentially creating an account. There's no credit check, no nothing. Then you'll get spending power in the form of a line of credit. Step 2 is shop the marketplace, where they have everything from handbags from Michael Kors and Marc Jacobs to Pandora jewelry to electronics like AirPod Max. Then step 3, you're gonna submit your order. Throughout the shopping process, you find something you like, you add it to your cart, and then it's gonna be submitted to the PerPay approvals team. Now, listen up, because the next step is where all of the questions are gonna come from if you're not paying attention. So, step 4, set up payments. So once your order is approved, your payment will be set up to be automatically drafted from your paycheck, which is done by setting up a payroll direct deposit so that the payments are transferred into your PerPay account. But here's the thing, PerPay does not, I repeat, does not withdraw funds directly from your paycheck. Instead, it relies on your employer to deposit payments into your PerPay account.
What the hell are you talking about?
For example, when I was still working in corporate America, we were able to get a discounted YMCA membership. It was like $10 and it covered my whole family, which was pretty good, but I would see it show up as a deduction on my paycheck every Friday, which was how often I got paid. And this is the same thing. My employer was making sure that the money got sent to the Y on my behalf. Now that you understand how the payment system works, the rest is going to be a breeze. Which leads us to step 5, choosing your payment schedule. You're going to be able to choose how many payments over time it's going to take for you to pay off the item you selected. And the last 3 steps are super simple. You receive your order, which is self-explanatory, and you complete your payments, which is done automatically, so you don't have to worry about jacking up your credit by missing a payment. Then lastly, once your order is paid in full, contact your employer or payroll provider to cancel any additional direct deposit payments to PerPay. Now that you understand how it works, I got something else I gotta show you. This is gonna be the differentiator to decide if you want to use PerPay or not. It's like I'm just playing. You're gonna want to use it, trust me. But when you come to the website using the link that I've pinned in the comments and also in the description of this video, I want you to come to build credit. You may be thinking, why do you have to go to build credit? I thought PerPay was for building credit. You can actually sign up for PerPay, purchase things, and then have it come out of your paycheck, and then that be the sole purpose that you sign up, right? But if you're watching this video and you're on my channel, most likely it's because you actually want to build credit. So that means you would need to sign up for the PerPay Plus subscription. It's only $5 per month, as you see right here, with your $1,000 spending limit, but it will be reported to all 3 of the major credit bureaus, or as I refer to them as credit reporting agencies, okay? But then if you come down, you'll see that you'll also be able to monitor your credit scores, and the utilization will become a factor. So if you're new here, let me explain a little something. When you have a revolving account, anytime, it could be a $500 limit, a $300 limit, or a $50,000 limit. The golden rule that everyone always goes by is 30% utilization, right? Anytime you go over 30, it can hurt you. But I tell all of my clients, my golden rule is to maintain a balance below 10%, because that's when you really optimize your score. You don't want to try to rack up and add as many items as you can to your cart so that you could try to max out that $1,000 limit, because then you're hustling backwards, okay? And they are saying here that you can see your score increase by an average of 32 points within the first 3 months. So don't just create your account and sign up for PerPay. You gotta sign up for PerPay Plus, otherwise it will not report. So don't come to me dropping your little nasty comments talking about you signed up and it's a scam because it didn't report. Well, it's because you didn't sign up for PerPay Plus. Now let's talk about one of the new features since the last video that I put out. And that's this sleek, nice looking black card. It's called the PerPay Credit Card. You know I love cash rewards, right? So you can earn 2% in rewards on any payment that you make. And remember, not only are those payments strengthening your credit profile by being reported to the 3 major credit bureaus, but each payment that you successfully make, that can be 4 times if you get paid weekly, or 2 times bi-weekly, once a month if you're a teacher or something like that, right? But you're going to get points, you're going to get credit that you can then spend on this same website. Now, you can access up to 1,500 when you get started. But then you see here the fine print. It says you can then be considered for a higher limit in as few as 3 months. But I think this is a wonderful way to then also purchase the things that are in the store. But with this card, because it is a MasterCard, you can buy what you want, wherever you want, anywhere that MasterCard is accepted. Okay, so that's a wonderful way to also benefit from the PerPay service. So we talked about credit card utilization. We talked about that you got to sign up for PerPay Plus if you want it to report. Now, the last thing I want to do, this is going to be a little treat, is let's just do a little browsing. So this is what the marketplace looks like. So, after you create your account, you get in, you're good to go. And right here, it's always going to show you whatever your available spending limit is. So you don't have to question. If you've already purchased something, it'll show used versus available, and then whatever is in your current cart. All right, we're going to put something in our cart to play around, but let's just browse, right? Let's see what you got, Now, obviously, guys, with this being around Christmas time, because I am recording this video in November, the beginning of November. So this is, hey, if you're like me, I like to start shopping early for Christmas. So if you got a teenager, for example, look at this. You can get them some brand new Beats so they can walk around ignoring you for the rest of the day. It's like, I'm just kidding, but it shows you the trending gifts. One thing I like here is, during the holiday season, they do have this gift guide where you can shop based on interests. So if you have someone who is a gamer, if you have someone who's a sneakerhead, whatever the case may be, you can take a look. So I'm not going to pretend to be a sneakerhead, but I don't see any heat here. Maybe you can come in here and find something. I got a nice little, collection of shoes, nothing crazy, but if you go into brands, let's see what they got. They got Nike, they got Adidas. That's about as far as I would go. But let's do you one better. I know they have a much better collection of handbags. So let's take a look for the ladies really quick at the handbags. You go here, you can, filter down what type of handbag, right? But let's look at the brands, and right away you can see they have the tote bag. I'm not a lady, but I think that's pretty popular. This stuff looks pretty high quality, but if we are looking at the brands, we are no longer in shoes. Why are you showing Nike? I guess they got some Nike bags up here. But so yeah, Tory Burch, Dooney and Burke. What else is up here? We got Kate Spade, Marc Jacobs, Michael Kors, Tumi, which is a very high end, very high quality luggage brand out of Japan. You can filter. Now you only see the stuff that you're interested in, right? I've seen this bag out and about, so I would assume this is pretty popular. Yeah, so they got some good stuff up here. And then I ain't forgot about you fellas. Let's take a look at the electronics real quick. Again, if you're into gaming consoles, they have video games and they have whole consoles up here. Now, this brings up a very good topic that I want to address. And I wonder if they have the new Nintendo Switches up here. I see the original, but maybe not the new. But let's have a quick conversation. So, and I hope he watches this video. I had this one gentleman comment under my last video complaining about how expensive the PS5 was on this website. But I got news for you, fella, or anybody else. You are financing. You are not buying something in cash. So you cannot compare the price here to what it would be at Best Buy or Walmart or wherever else you would buy a PS5, right? If you can afford to purchase a PS5 at retail price, then that's what you do. You take your tail on the GameStop and you buy your PS5. However, if you need low, affordable payments, then this is going to be much better, because as you can see here, it's $43.40 per pay period, and then it will be for 20 pay periods. Now this is just like the standard, but if I were to add this to the cart, let's say I want to purchase the one that comes with the college football, shout out to Travis Hunter, I add the cart, you're going to notice once I go to view cart, and this is a great example, it's going to show me, okay, I got $25 in PerPay credit because that was a promotion. Then it's going to show you what the grand total would be if you were to make 20 payments. Now, if I go to checkout, okay, It's going to ask me for my shipping address. And if you go through the rest of this process, you're going to get to a screen where they're going to ask you if you would like to do 20 payments, 15 payments, 10 payments. And you notice how before it said $1,000, now it's saying $133 available, because right now in my cart, technically, if we chose the 20 payment option, it would be $866, leaving me with $133. But remember what I said, guys, you really shouldn't be going out here and spending almost 90% of your available balance, because the way that this is going to be reported, you have 866 of your $1,000, and that's a very high credit utilization. So instead, I think you should purchase something a lot lower. So I'm going to let's just go back and let's say you want some Ray-Bans, right? Okay, cool. This will be a much better selection, in my opinion. That way, if let's say the balance is 200 out of 1,000, that is 20%. Much, much better. So as you can see, PerPay is where it's at. Otherwise, I wouldn't have made a video about it. But what really makes me feel good is to find out about all of the improvements they made over the years. First, you got the launch of the PerPay Credit Card, the easier in-app withdrawal setup, to where you can move money inside the app with no issues. Increased spending limits. Now you can go up to $3,500 over time with the credit card. And then you can access faster shipping with consistent payments. And finally, let's wrap up this video with the exclusive Q&A brought to you by the team over at PerPay. You sent in a lot of questions, most of which I've already answered if you've watched up to this point in the video. So just go back and rewatch the first half of the video. But again, these are not my answers to your questions, but instead it's PerPay's. So question numero uno. How many purchases can you make with PerPay? You can make multiple purchases as long as the total order amount does not exceed your spending limit. Simple enough, right? All right. Second question. If I get approved for $900 and I don't spend it, will it report to the credit bureaus? The answer is no. You'll need to make at least one purchase for your account to actively be reported, because otherwise there's nothing to technically report. Next, the third question. How can I increase my spending limit? This is a great question. Their answer: by making on-time payments. Since payments come directly from your paycheck, it helps set you up for success to stay on track. PerPay also provides in-app guidance to let you know when you may be eligible for a spending limit increase. And to question 4, does PerPay take my whole paycheck or only the minimum each time? The answer: PerPay doesn't take your whole paycheck. You choose how much to send, which is at least the minimum required. They'll tell you what that is, right? But you'll set that up with your payroll provider. All right, guys, there you have it. PerPay is for consumers who are looking for a unique way to knock out two birds with one stone. Number one, purchasing items that you actually want at an affordable low price. But 2, if you're also in need of improving your credit scores with a unique payment plan, you can do so with PerPay Plus or the PerPay Credit Card, as long as you are a W-2 employee. And if you want to sign up for PerPay, go ahead and check the description or the comment pinned in the comment section. Now, while we're on the subject of improving credit scores, I heard that there's a sophisticated credit repair organization that's been getting wonderful results at an affordable price while doing it the right way. When I say the right way, I mean using consumer law, Metro 2, CFPB, and also pursuing entitlement payments of up to $2,500, that's $2,500, for clients who have FCRA violations on their credit report. What would that business be? Oh, you mean my business? Greenscale Credit? Yes, of course. Guys, if you need help with collections, charge-offs, unpaid medical bills, you name it, click the link in the description as well of this video to schedule your discovery call, and we would love to help you. But with that being said, as always, thank you for joining me for another video, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day it is. Catch you on the next one.